Hello folks, meteorologist Jamie Kegel here with your forecast. And for this weekend, today and tomorrow, many areas will be under a heat advisory. We're going to find the 7-county metro area as well as far western and southwestern Minnesota. For today, likely on Sunday, we'll see this heat advisory continued at least around the Twin Cities, if not into parts of southeast Minnesota. But that heat index, 95 to 105, and quite possibly seeing the first 90 of the year, if you can believe that, this weekend. A lot of heat, a lot of humidity. The good news is it's not going to last that long. We will have a couple of days where highs will be very close to 90 degrees. Dew points are going to be very high as well. And then the numbers start to drop off Tuesday and into Wednesday, actually feeling a lot more like spring, if you can believe that. It's been a very topsy-turvy kind of spring and summer for us. But here's a look at the dew points. And again, those are up into the 70s for the next couple of days, so it is going to feel very, very muggy around here. Dew points will be dropping into Tuesday, and then finally, take a look at that. We'll be back into the 50s, the low 50s for dew points as we get to the middle of next week. Not only is that going to make it feel a lot like spring, it's really going to cut in to our chances for rainfall. Now, today and tomorrow, we're going to focus on the chance for there to be the potential for there to be some strong to even severe thunderstorms across the region with this kind of heat and humidity. So as we start out with the microcast, all models still indicated that across the far northern part of the state this morning and into the early afternoon, that's where we're going to find a lot of the forcing mechanism to get the heat and humidity to fire up. As we move through the morning and get into the early afternoon, you notice how those storms continue to press to the east, almost southeasterly into northern Wisconsin, also up around Bemidji, Grand Rapids, Brainerd, Duluth, and areas to the north. That's where the thunderstorms are expected to fire to initiate first and foremost. But as these storms are going, they're going to produce a lot of wind and outflow boundaries. So from these thunderstorms, you're going to see the thunderstorms kicking out and going in other directions. That's the outflow boundary triggering other storms. So that is what gives it its push to the south. So as we go into the middle and late part of the afternoon, Alexandria to Brainerd, St. Cloud, even into the Twin Cities, western Wisconsin towards Menominee. Thunderstorms are expected to fire off there. It is during this time that we have the greater potential for not only at least a low risk the way it looks for an isolated tornado, but also the hail and the strong winds. So all three threats really kind of focus around the middle of the state during the middle and later parts of the afternoon. Storms continue to drop to the south. Still, there is a chance for there to be some very intense downpours, some heavy rainfall potential, but also the wind threat continues primarily into southern Minnesota. Most of the hail and any isolated tornado threat really is going to be found towards the middle of the state. So as these storms drop further south, they should become primarily wind threats in terms of severe weather. This forecast model continues even into the overnight and early morning hours of Sunday for there to be some isolated thunderstorms in the area. And then you see that second little wave move through Sunday afternoon into the evening hours. Still a chance for isolated storms around the Twin Cities. Sunday, though, without that rainfall, without those storms on Sunday, that is when the heat and humidity will be at its worst because we won't have the rain-cooled air to bring us some relief. And that is why you're going to see coming up here that Sunday is going to be our KARE 11 weather impact day. But for today, strong thunderstorm potentials we just saw, especially into the mid and late afternoon hours. It is going to be very muggy out there, a high 91, south winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour, and that's outside of that thunderstorm wind potential. Daytime highs well into the 80s and looking to the west and southwest where we saw that heat advisory, including the Twin Cities. Temperatures expected to reach the low 90s, expected to feel like mid 90s to about 105 before you have those thunderstorms roll through your neighborhood and bring some relief, bring some of that cool air. And here's that 7-day forecast, and right there again with the more isolated nature of thunderstorms there on Sunday. The fact that you don't get a lot of rain-cooled air, that is why the KARE 11 weather impact day is going to land on Sunday rather than necessarily on Saturday. Tomorrow, as those storms roll through, that is going to cut into those temperatures. We're still going to have the risk of there being some storms in the afternoon and evening hours on Monday. And then finally, dropping in terms of temperatures and dew points, that will be for Tuesday. And take a look at this through the rest of the week. And right towards the weekend, we're going to get some temperatures that feel a lot more like spring around here, and it does look like we will end up with a nice stretch of dry weather.